What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. I was pretty pumped for the reveals today. I swore we were getting the green reveals today, and I was really looking forward to some Super Android 17 support. But instead, today was blue, but I gotta say, I am not disappointed. All of this blue support is helpful to so many archetypes. I can't even just imagine how the meta is going to change because of this. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First up is our blue Shenron leader, and it's actually Son Gohan. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. When this card attacks, it gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, and then you choose a Dragon Ball from your deck or life and add it to your hand. And then when there's 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area, choose a Desire in your drop area, add it to your hand, and flip this card over. Into Righteous Heart Son Gohan. This leader is insanely crazy, and I gotta say, I'm impressed so far just with blue alone for all the things they've got for set 5. He's got the same first 2 activate mains, draw a card, choose a blue or black Desire in your hand, energy cost less than your equal energy, and play it. And then remove 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area from the game. If you do so, choose up to 3 of your energy and switch them to active mode, and then this card gains plus 15,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. Then flip this card over at the end of the turn. This leader is going to be fucking crazy, especially because of the Desire card, which we'll get to that in a little bit, but also because you can play Encouraging Presence Manaka on this leader, and he'll be a 30,000 double strike crit before combos. That is disgustingly good. Then we have the Janemba leader. We spoiled that for you guys in a video earlier in the week, possibly last week. He's got Burst 2. When he attacks, draw 1 card, and he awakens at 4 or less life, switches 2 energy to active mode, and awakens into Supreme Evil Janemba. He's got Sparking 5. When this card attacks, draw a card. It gets plus 5,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. I'm not sure what's with all the critical for blue for this set, but I gotta say, I'm liking it. Activate main. Choose 1 card in your hand to place in the drop area. During this turn, when your opponent activates counterplay, they choose 3 cards from their hand to place them in the drop area. So, kind of prevents your opponent from playing cards like Bloodlust or Crusher Ball, for example, just because, you know, then you're out 4 cards in your hand, and that's probably not the best thing, especially against a leader like this that's gonna just, you know, deal massive amounts of crit damage, along with the other Janemba support. Up next, we have Ready Stance Son Goku. He's a 2-cost, 5,000 power with blocker and barrier. I'm not really sure why you would want to play this card. They're much better Gokus. I mean, sure, he's another target for one of the other Goku in the deck, but honestly, this card's just not that great. Then we have Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's a 2-cost, 20,000 vanilla. Honestly, I like the fact that we're getting more vanilla stuff that we can, you know, interact with a little bit better, especially with the Dimension Breaker Trunks that can bring them out from the deck and give them critical. It's just crazy what you can do with them, and they will allow you to do some crazy stuff with my boy Vegeta. Then we have Resolute Strength Son Goku. He's a 4-cost, 20,000 with Evolve for 1 blue energy. Now you have to evolve him on a blue Super Saiyan Son Goku with energy cost of 2 or more. And then he has Barrier. His auto is Burst 5. When a card evolves into this card, choose 1 card in your life, place it in the drop area. Then choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or less, ignoring Barrier, place it at the bottom of their deck. Then choose a Deadly Defender Vegeta from your deck and drop area and play it. And then shuffle your deck. So he's a 20,000, which is not too bad for a evolve for 1. And then he brings out the Deadly Defender Vegeta for free. Honestly, even though, you know, this set and this color is all about Gogeta, I'm seeing a lot more Vegeta support, if you ask me. Up next, we have Surestrike Son Gohan. He's a 3-cost, 19,000 power. Once per turn, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck and place it in your drop area. If you place a Dragon Ball in your drop area, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, return it to its owner's hand, and if that card has an original energy cost of 3 or less, switch this card to active mode. This Gohan's pretty crazy. I really like it. The 19,000 is nice for the 3-drop, and also, because he's a 3-drop Son Gohan Adolescence, you can search him via Indomitable Link Piccolo. That's nice too if you wanted to run like a bit of green support, do like a blue-green deck, which I think is a good idea because this this Gohan support is it just gets better and better with every set. And not only could you search this out with the Indomitable Link Piccolo, but you can also search out Great Saiyaman Town Hero. Being able to search out your super combo to just pick it out of your deck at any time will be crazy. And he's one of these sparking 5 super combos too, so you don't have to have 4 or less life, you just have 5 in your drop area. I really like what they're doing with this blue support. And again, like I said, this Gohan support just gets better and better, and because of that, that Piccolo gets better and better as well. Then we've got Barrage Son Goten. He's a 1-cost 10,000 power, and at the end of your turn, you return this card to its owner's hand. So a nice little 1-drop if you want to get in some chip damage, or just KO a battle card here and there. But it also allows you to play him, attack with him, and then you can still use him to fusion for Goten, which this set also has a little bit of support for. Here we have that Deadly Defender Vegeta. He's a 3-cost 20,000 with Barrier. During your opponent's turn, if your leader card is blue and this card is in rest mode, your opponent's cards can't attack leader cards, and this card gets minus 5,000 power. Now, what's really cool about this Deadly Defender Vegeta is not only can you bring him out with that Super Saiyan 3 Goku we showed you earlier, you could also play him for free from your deck via Comrade's Combined Goku. So it's a another nice option to pull him straight out of the deck. This also gives you another option if you didn't want to play the Ultimate Box Vegeta, or you could play both of them and just have a bunch of support to prevent your opponent from attacking your leader card at all. So if you wanted to be that cheeky, if you wanted to be that guy, and I'm pretty sure some of you want to be that guy. Up next we have Super Saiyan Vegeta, another target for the Dimension Breaker Trunks, also another target for the Comrades Combined Goku. Honestly, I love how they have Gogeta on these cards, but this card in particular, along with the Goku, are a lot better suited to Vegito because they're easier to get to the board for Union Patara for Vegito than they are to just use them for Gogeta in your hand. Sure, you could use them, but now there are just so many options to be able to play them with Vegito support as well. Up next, we have Barrage Trunks. He's a 2-cost 10,000 power. When you play this card, you can choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. So not only does he allow you to self-awaken yourself if need be, but he has the exact same power level as the 1-drop Goten, and that would be helpful for your Gotenks support, since some of the Gotenks cards require the Goten and Trunks to have the same power level, and this gives you more blue support as well for all those people that want to run tricolor Gotenks. I certainly think that that's going to be a very viable option. The leader, not so much, especially since he's green, and some of the other Gotenks support is red, but it still gives you more targets for the Gotenks itself, and I think they're pretty good targets, especially if you wanted to run blue in the deck. Up next is Vexing Outcome Veku. He's a 2-cost 10,000 power with Union Fusion for 1 blue. He requires a Son Goku and Vegeta, and his activate main says, place this card in your drop area, choose up to 1 each of blue Super Saiyan Son Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta cards with energy cost of 2 from your deck and add them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. If you played this card using Union, draw 1 card. So it basically just gets you an attack, because so you're going to Union them. You're going to -2 from your hand. He's going to come out. He's going to get 1 attack off. You're going to activate main. He's going to go away. Then you're going to add a Goku and a Vegeta again, and then you're going to draw a card. And so you're back to where you were, except you're minus the Veku, and then you've got another card in hand. It's cheeky, but I honestly don't see the point in it. He doesn't have double strike. He doesn't do anything else, so he's just kind of, it doesn't change the game at all. This, on the other hand, is an amazing Union Fusion. It's Quick Thinking Gotenks. He's a 3-cost 15,000 with critical, and for 2 blue, you can Union Fusion him with a Son Goten and a Trunks Youth. When you play this card using Union, draw 2 cards. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Right there, that's 3 cards in your hand. They basically get you a +1 because the Gotenks comes to the board, and you lose the Goten and Trunks, but then you're drawing 3 more cards. That's pretty cool, especially if you have a way to be able to put him back into active mode to attack again. If you can also protect him, then he's going to continue to give you more cards in hand with that draw, and having critical is just nice. All these blue cards having critical is really crazy, and I'm not really sure why they're giving so many cards critical. Maybe they don't want you to just nonchalantly just take damage, just so you can get the extra cards in hand. I'm not really sure, but it also means that this card is going to be a much bigger threat, so it will be dealt with a lot quicker. Then we have North Kai keeping watch. He's another super combo, just a generic. If your leader is blue and your life's at 4 or less, draw 1 card. Then we have South Kai keeping watch. He's a 2-cost 15,000 blocker. Then we have West Kai keeping watch. He's a 1-cost 5,000 power with barrier. And when you combo with this card, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's combo area and return it to its owner's hand. So it's essentially a free Jocko whenever you want. You can just leave him on the board since he has barrier. There are more cards to get around barrier now, but again, he's just kind of a free Jocko, so if you don't want to, run Jocko. But if you're that insistent on returning cards from when they combo, you're just better off running Jocko, I think. Then we've got East Kai keeping watch. She's a 1-cost 4,000 power. When you play this card, draw 1 card, and during your turn, when your opponent plays a battle card, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it at the bottom of their deck. So it kind of, a little bit of a divergence for them playing cards during your turn, like maybe the +1 to combo cards like Future Gohan. But other than that, what cards are they really going to play during your turn that are battle cards besides, you know, things with like Shugesh, which if you're worried about Shugesh that much, Cronoa is easily the better option. Then we have King Yemma, Soul Supervisor. He's a 2-cost 10,000 power. When you play this card, you may choose 2 non-black battle cards from your opponent's drop area, place them at the bottom of your opponent's deck in any order. If you do so, draw 1 card. I guess this would work for a number of reasons. Some cards actually want to use your drop area to fish out some cards, like Desire cards, for example, or the Desire cards themselves. So this will let you put those back in their deck so they wouldn't be able to use them. But it would also prevent your opponent from using Overwhelm as quickly, or even having the ability to play their Sparking cards. Then we have Psyche Demon rocking out. He's a 1-cost 1,000 power. When you play this card, choose 1 ability, look it up to the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Janemba among them, add it to your hand, or look it up to 1 card from the bottom of your deck, choose 1 Janemba, and add it to your hand. So he's going to be your searcher to search out your Janemba cards, which, I mean, I guess it's nice to have because there are plenty of Janemba support options in this set, and you're going to want easy access to them as quick as possible. Up next, we have Phantom Strike Janemba. He's a 4-cost 20,000 power with critical again. When this card is sent from the battle area to a warp, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. Then look at the bottom card of your deck and add up to 1 Janemba card from it to your hand. And then activate main, send this card to its owner's warp. If your opponent has 4 or more energy and Janemba card isn't in play in your battle area, choose 1 Janemba with an energy cost of 5 from your hand and play it. That's pretty crazy how it can just warp away your stuff like that for nothing, just because it leaves the battle area, but it has to be sent to the warp. So, unless it is warped away by your opponent's card, or warped away by the activate main, it can still be KO'd and you don't have to worry about that ability. But it does mean cards like Banisher Food that are seeing a lot of play in the meta right now are not the best card to be able to handle this Janemba. Then we have Childish Heart Janemba, the character's first Majin Buu knockoff form. He's a 3-cost 19,000 power with Evolve for 2 blue energy and Barrier. His activate main for 1 blue says choose up to 1 Janemba card from your deck and send it to your warp. Then shuffle your deck and place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck. Choose up to 1 Janemba with an energy cost of 4 in your warp and play it. So it basically allows you to choose, it basically allows you to evolve and then choose another Janemba to evolve it into. There is the previous 4-drop Janemba that we just showed you, and then there will probably be more Janemba support coming out as well, so it'll give you more options to evolve him into. But just going from that first form to the second form, straight to the third form, and warping him away for that 5-drop, that's going to be a very, very quick chain of combos that can end pretty horribly, depending on your current board state. Then we have Dimension Magic. We talked about this card in one of our previous videos. It's a 1-cost counterattack. If your leader card is blue, negate the attack, then choose up to 2 of your blue energy and switch them to active mode. So it does have to have blue energy to be able to switch, so that's kind of nice. Like, you can't switch any other color, so you can't do any like crazy stupid red-blue shit like people were doing. And it has Sparking 5 where you can activate the card's ability from your hand by adding a card from your life to your hand instead of paying the energy cost. So it gets you another card to replace itself, and it gets you 2 free energy along with the negate. So I think this card is going to be really powerful just because of that extra energy. But I also think it's going to give older blue leaders a better chance to be good, maybe not be competitive, but to at least have the opportunity to have a better fighting chance in the current meta. Then we have our blue wish card. It is Call of Justice. It's a 2-cost, gains desire in all areas, and if your leader card is a blue Shenron, choose one of your leaders, then switch it to active mode. So if you use the leader's awakened ability, give itself the plus 15,000 and critical, then this allows it to attack twice. On top of that, if you do that, and you played Encouraging Presence Manaka, then you're getting 2 double strike crit 30,000 attacks straight at your opponent. That is going to be crazy good, and with all the blue support that we already have, I can see this being I can kind of see it being meta, not gonna lie. I think this has a really good option of being meta. I think all of the wish leaders so far have a good chance of competing in the current meta, as long as no other like degenerate cards come out to kind of ruin that, and as long as we keep Super Saiyan 3 away, then other leaders can come out and play. Then we've got another activate battle card called Soul Punisher. If your leader card is Gogeta, it gains 15,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. I like this card. It giving it critical again confuses the shit out of me because blue does not usually have this much crit support. But since there are 2 different Gogeta leaders, then that's also going to give you 2 different ways to play this card. And just because it is a activate battle card and it gives your leader crit, you can also use it defensively as another 1-cost super combo and get the 15,000 boost without having to worry about using it to attack, just gain that crit. I think if we can get more cards like this for leaders, or get one for a leader of every character, that would be pretty fantastic, because as of right now, cards like this put certain leaders a little bit ahead of others, especially when they give you basically double your power and critical for free, and that's really just gross. Or they're just giving it to you so that Gogeta has a chance to compete with Gohan for being the new good blue leader. But that's going to be it for the blue card reveal. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate all of your support. Let us know in the comments below what you're most excited for. Blue offered us a lot of support for a lot of different things, between Vegeta, Gogeta, Gotenks, Janemba, the Gohan. There's right there, that's 5 different archetypes that you can build just off of this color alone in set 5, and I think it's fantastic the way that they've made it so that you can use all of these cards in so many different ways and them still actually be viable. I think set 5, as I've said before, is going to be the best set we've gotten since set 2, which is pretty crazy to think about. Set 3 gave us some good stuff, so did set 4, but set 5 is just out of control with it. So let me know what you plan on building with set 5, and let me know which cards you're most excited for in general. Or if, you know, like me, you thought we were getting green today and blue kind of caught you off guard. But don't worry, green is going to be next week for sure, and we will be on top of that first thing in the morning. We're going to go ahead and get the freak out of here, though, and we will see you guys in the next video.